If you think you know Donald Trump, think again, because this story is not about politics alone. It is about power, ambition, conflict. And a man who understood something most people never do: attention is currency. Donald John Trump was born in 1946 in Queens, New York, into a wealthy but disciplined family. His father, Fred Trump, was a real estate developer who believed in toughness, competition, and winning from an early age. Donald learned that the world rewards strength and punishes weakness. He was energetic, aggressive, and often rebellious, which led his parents to send him to a military academy, where discipline, structure, and hierarchy shaped his personality. It was there that Trump learned leadership, dominance, and the importance of never backing down. After graduating, he studied economics and joined his father's real estate business. But Donald wanted more than Brooklyn apartments. He wanted Manhattan. He wanted the spotlight. He wanted his name to mean something in the 1970s. New York was struggling, crime was high, buildings were decaying, and many investors were afraid Trump saw opportunity where others saw failure. He negotiated aggressively, borrowed boldly, and used publicity as a weapon, turning small projects into headline news. His first major success came with the transformation of the Grand Hyatt Hotel, which instantly made him a rising star in real estate. But Trump was not just building buildings, he was building a brand. His name became larger than the structures themselves. Gold letters, luxury, excess, success in the 1980s. Trump was everywhere: magazines, television, newspapers. He bought casinos, airlines, and sports teams. He lived loudly, spoke confidently, and projected the image of a man who always wins. But behind the image were risks, massive debt, and constant pressure. When the 1990s recession hit, Trump's empire nearly collapsed. He lost billions, faced public humiliation, and was written off by critics as finished. Yet this was a defining moment. Instead of disappearing, Trump restructured his debts, renegotiated deals, and survived. He learned how to fail publicly without surrendering something that would later define his political life. Trump reinvented himself again, this time through television. The Apprentice turned him into a household name for a new generation. His phrase, "You are fired," became iconic, and his image shifted from struggling businessman to ultimate boss. Television amplified what Trump already understood. Perception matters more than reality. Millions saw him as the symbol of success and authority, and that perception gave him influence few businessmen ever achieve. For decades, Trump flirted with politics, commenting on America's decline, trade imbalances, immigration, and weak leadership. Many dismissed him as a celebrity craving attention. But Trump was watching, listening, and learning. By 2015, frustration, anger, and distrust dominated American society. Trump stepped into the race for president, not as a traditional politician, but as an outsider who broke every rule. He spoke bluntly, insulted opponents, challenged the media, and said what many felt but few dared to say. Critics mocked him. Polls underestimated him, and experts predicted his collapse. But Trump thrived in chaos. Controversy kept him relevant, attacks made him stronger, and rallies energized millions who felt ignored by the system against all odds. Donald Trump won the 2016 election, becoming the 45th president of the United States. His presidency was unlike any before. It was loud, confrontational, unpredictable, and deeply polarizing. He challenged global alliances, reshaped trade policy, cut taxes, appointed conservative judges, and pushed an America First agenda. Supporters saw a fighter who kept promises. Critics saw a threat to democratic norms. Investigations, media battles, and impeachment defined much of his time in office. Yet Trump never softened his tone. He governed the same way he built his brand, through conflict, confidence, and constant attention. Then came the pandemic, an unprecedented global crisis that tested leadership, communication, and trust. The response divided the nation even further. And in 2020, Trump lost re-election to Joe Biden, but refusing to fade away, he challenged the results, claimed fraud, and remained the most dominant figure in American politics. After leaving office for some, Trump represents strength, nationalism, and resistance to elites for others. He symbolizes division, chaos, and danger. But no one can deny his impact. He changed how politics is fought, how media operates, and how power is gained. Donald Trump is not just a man, he is a movement, a brand, and a reflection of a deeply divided world. His story is still unfolding, and whether remembered as a disruptor, a villain, or a visionary, one truth remains. Donald Trump reshaped history by understanding attention better than anyone else.